Hi, this is Peter Darts Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing your astrology reading now for Aquarius for October 2019. So that's Aquarius October 2019. So I'm just getting the feeling now with you Aquarians now, you've got to start really thinking about what you want and where you're going kind of long term. And obviously, we're just looking at October now, but it's like having a strategy, a game plan about what it is you're truly seeking. Where do you feel that you need to be going? And as you start to think about this a little bit, it's going to start to create the ripple effects in your life a little bit as you move forward. So don't just think about this month, think long-term goals, because sometimes things take a bit of planning. You can't always just get everything sorted out in October, can you? You've got to think sort of November, December, January, sort of where do you want to be at the end of 2020, those kind of sort of things, and perhaps even a bit beyond that. And I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but this is what you need to be focusing on, because if you don't, Aquarius, you're going to be left behind, and that's not going to be a good situation. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, I just feel as though it's just about perhaps tidying things up a little bit now to see whether you're in the right place. Do you want to be where you are, or do you want to sort of start afresh? And I just get the feeling some of you are sort of sitting on the fence a little bit, which is absolutely fine, but you've just got to really start to think deeply now about what is the best situation for you. But I do get the feeling as you start to get to the end of October, you're going to start to think more clearly about what's right for you. And I just get the feeling, don't worry about upsetting partners, because I just feel as though it's unnecessary. In other words, because it sounds a bit harsh sort of saying it like that, but at the end of the day, it's about putting yourself first so you can get where you need to be. And then as you put yourself first, you're causing the effect, obviously, for your partner. And I do feel like in some ways it could be a good thing. And even if you do sort of, some of you feel like you're letting go a little bit, but at least they can get on with their lives a little bit. So it's about sorting yourself out now and being true to that situation. Now, for those of you single, you're going to be thinking about sort of the type of person that you want to connect with. And don't just look at sort of astrology compatibilities, because that always isn't so true. So many people can connect with different star signs. It doesn't mean it can't work. It just takes perhaps that little bit more effort. So don't delve too deeply to sort of astrology and spiritual sort of connections. Sort of think more what you want, because for every day that you're born in your star sign, it creates a different personality, a different effect. So it just feels so don't read too deeply, because sometimes you are a bit spiritual and you can read into things too much. So it sounds a bit sort of a bit sort of going across the grain, doesn't it, when you're spiritual and you perhaps follow astrology or whatever it may be, that you should look to that to guidance. And yeah, I'm not saying don't, but I just feel as though it doesn't have to rule everything. It doesn't have to tick every box off. So you are an individual. Do remember that. You are an individual. So start to think about what it is you are deep down wanting, because sometimes it's a bit like when you follow the crowd, which is say your astrology reports or whatever it may be, following that crowd of what they're saying, you might be missing out on what you truly need. So be a little bit more you, a little bit more individual, a little bit more spontaneous. And then I feel like as you do that, you'll start to find your true love. So don't worry too much. Everything will work out. You just got to have a little bit of faith now and finding what's best for you, and not worry so much what everybody else is trying to say what's best for you. Because everybody can have an idea or think they've got an influence or a formula, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's right for you. So start thinking more unique, and I feel so that'd be good. Some of you Aquarians a little bit are connecting with the past a little bit, and I'm not saying don't, but I just feel so you've got to look at that past again. Whether can you go back there? Should you go back there? Or is it completely way off the mark and you're wrong and you're just searching for something, but you're searching in the wrong direction? So think about that logically. Career, I just get the feeling now, as if to say, do you know what, you could be doing more and achieving more, but I feel like, it's time to sort of Not so much think ambitious, but think what suits you and what you want and what you're truly looking for. And then as you do that, I feel so things will really come together for you quite nicely. I feel as though some of you are sort of born at the beginning of your star sign are going to be quite settled and you're going to be okay. Some of you that are sort of born in the middle of your star sign, you're going to sort of think about making changes, but I don't think you'll do it yet. You'll probably wait till you get into the sort of new decade. And then I feel as though as 2020 sort of beds in, I feel like that's when you're going to start to perhaps look at sort of venturing out a little bit more. But the one sort of born at the end of your star sign, I do get the feeling you are going to want change desperately. And I feel as though that's going to be good. But try not to focus on it too desperately, because then it's like you're pushing so hard, you could be missing things. And I feel like some of you need to be looking at possibly study and retraining. And I feel like that could be quite advantageous for you. But try not to put everything in its little neat boxes, as otherwise you're going to be missing out on some really great positive opportunities around you. It's like sometimes you've got to come out your comfort zone a little bit. Okay, so think about what you like as a person, what you like as a personality, and then see if you can sort of find that right career direction that suits you. And again, don't put everything in sort of one package for who you are, because it's all right being guided. You know, again, I keep being drawn to keep saying this month for you Aquarians, you are an individual, and that individuality is going to be so, so important now, to make sure that you focus on your individuality, come out of your comfort zone a little bit, and follow your true path now of where you feel so you should be going. And then as you do that, you really are going to make headway towards the end of the year and beyond. And that's when things really start to take shift for you. And I feel so, and then you will be able to look back as the time moves forward and see how far you've come, because you focused on yourself as an individual. And I think that is going to be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity and a wonderful change for you. And I feel as though it will help things to move forward in a really nice way. So I feel as though don't worry, don't panic, but just embrace this change. It's a bit like there's a new you coming, and I think it's going to be wonderful. But I do get the feeling as well, it's not just with Aquarians, it's like a lot of us are going to start thinking the same way, as if to say what we should be doing, where we should be, where we're going, and it's about settling into that, you know, where we're meant to be. And if we're not doing what we should be doing, then we've got to get on with it. And if we are settled, we've got to stop even endeavouring, stop searching, and just focus on what we should be doing. And that is going to be the key now to moving forward. Don't worry about money too much. It may fluctuate, but money will be fine. I just feel as you just got look after what you've got. But for those of you who are feeling a bit down, try and stay away from the internet, because you will just spend money. It'll be a quick fix and it won't resolve anything. In other words, it won't make you feel a damn sight better at all. In fact, it will make you feel worse, because you're spending your surplus money. So in other words, you've got to just look after what you've got now and just be wise with it. And then as you do that, you'll be absolutely fine. Okay, and health-wise, keep an eye on your knees a little bit, keep an eye on your ankles, and just being drawn to your eyesight a little bit. And there's a little bit of tiredness around you, a bit of sort of, I'm feeling drained and run down, but I do feel gradually and slowly but surely you will sort that out. And I just feel as though with family now, I just get the feeling, I don't want you not connect with family, but I feel like just sort of perhaps just be careful how you go about things. So if you're getting on with family, great, enjoy those moments. If you're feeling a bit of sort of ups and downs, a bit of trouble, maybe you just got sort of connect there slowly but surely, and then just step back a little bit to give yourself breathing space. And then if you've got any children, I just feel so you just need to try and listen to them a little bit more about what they're thinking and feeling. And then as you do that, things will come together there quite nicely. So it's about adjusting things to suit family and to suit yourself a little bit with family. Okay. But other than that, I just feel as though things are going to be looking up. And I just feel as though now you've just got to believe in yourself, sort yourself out, and get yourself now where you need to be into the future. And then I feel so as you do that, then I can really feel like it's going to be onwards and upwards. Around the home, I can see you sort of wanting to do things up a little bit, but also there's a bit of well, get me words out right here. There's a bit of decluttering going on. Like sort of getting things that are no use for you, making the home more manageable and tidier. And then I feel like as you do that, you're going to feel that sense of comfort around you and peace. And I think that will be really wonderful. And some of you will be focusing on a move, but I don't think the move will come in and perhaps till early part of next year. So just see where that kind of beds in for you, so to speak. But I just think it will be absolutely fine. So that's going to be good. So overall, it really is about focusing now on what's best for you, where you really need to be, what you should be doing, and focusing on that individuality, because that is your key to success in many areas of your life. And I feel so as that gets sorted, you get sorted, the doors start to open up, and you feel so much better for it. Okay. Right, so I hope that's kind of made sense to you. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please do come back to me if you do want any private readings, phone readings, video recorded readings, or me coming to you privately, or any parties. I'm here for those. So yes, so please do get in touch. Okay, so I wish you all the best until your next reading. Thank you.